I thank you guys so much for showing up because our growth roadmap, it's not just about me. I wanted to do this, because I was just for a good month really like, what am I doing? What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Hey, how are you? What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And what is the plan? What is the plan for 2025? Every year I try to really think about what I'm doing in this business and where I want it to go and how I want to really make things happen. And I made the decision that I really was going to take a little bit of time off from just doing anything. Granted, I've been sending emails, and granted, some of you guys have been getting email sequences. I'm sending emails every week, despite not actually sending emails every week, if that makes any sense. But in our growth roadmap, I really wanted to say, hey, these are the things I'm doing. This is what I am working on. This is how I'm growing my business, and I'm hoping this will be inspiration for you. And if it is inspiration for you, I want you to definitely take it. If you're like, no, Nicole, I don't want any of that, or whatever, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is this hour, I'm only planning on being in front of you for an hour, is devoted to saying, this is what my roadmap is going to look like this year. And do any of these things sound good to you? Do you want to use any of these things? Feel free to take these ideas and run with them in growing your own business this year. That is what the goal here. Oh, Karen, I'm so happy to see you. What is the goal this season for you? And I'd love to hear in the comments real quick, because everyone's kind of saying, hey, what's going on? How you doing, Nicole? Blah, blah, blah. I'd love to hear, what is your goal this year? Have you figured out a goal? Is there something you're really wanting to do in your business, or even personal, hey, whatever, because I feel like all of those things come together. What is your biggest goal this year? Have you thought about it? For me, I have definitely thought about it. I know what I want to grow this year. But what for you, what would you say there? And I see Teresa already put something there. Thank you so much. I need to grow my email list, and that's the biggest thing. It's like, I am going to, not just need, I'm going to grow my email list. I'll talk to you, Teresa, today about a few ways that I'm going to do it this year. And I want you to do it as well, if you want to. Again, there's no pressure here, y'all. I wanted this to be an easy session. I wanted to be a minimalistic session. So minimalistic, I was like, oh, I should get my slides together. You know what? I was like, nope. Nope. Especially when this last second thing ended up, what I just showed you, ended up happening. I decided I'm going to take this one easy. I am going to write out a nice little outline for y'all. And for you guys in the audience who are just like my true warriors that just help me every time we do these live sessions, if you hear something where you're like, dang, that was really good, or I need to come back to that, go ahead and put it in the comments. And I'll try to see if I said something that sparked and it resonated with you, put it in the comments so I can put it on the screen so other people can see it. So other people, especially in the replay, they can see what you've written here. So they can say, oh, okay, I didn't hear her say that, but let me go back and hear her say that again. If anything resonates, feel free, put it in the comments. I really, really appreciate that for you guys to do that, because I know a lot of people, as they're listening, they're like, oh, that made sense. Boom, boom, boom. And they'll write it down. Please. Thank you so much. Hey, Karen, my goal is to get clearer on my audience, so my message comes across with greater authority. I love that. Clearer about your audience. And I actually have an idea for you, Karen. So stick around about how to get clearer on your audience and how I'm going to do that this season. Okay. So let me go ahead and share. Now, again, y'all, I said, I'm doing this the easy way, and I'm not I'm not saying like, oh, dang, Nicole didn't do nothing. I'm trying to tell you that I really want to not be bogged down with it has to be completely beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the live part of it, I really want to make sure that the information gets out there. Yes, I can get AI to do all my summaries and to make it make sense and put it in notes. And I would love to, when I have the capacity and time, to create these beautiful slides and everything. But for now, if I don't have the capacity, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to make sure the content is there. I'm going to make sure the information is there, and we're going to go from there. That's just how it's going to go. I give myself permission to let it go, to let needing the perfect slides during these things. I have given myself permission. Again, this is my growth roadmap. It is ours, and I give you as well permission to do that as well. So just, who needed to hear that? I feel like somebody needed to hear, hey, I'm giving myself permission for it not to be completely beautiful, for in the live. I want to get it out there. I want to get the information out there. I want people to use it and consume it. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect when it comes out there. And when I mean perfect, I mean the most beautiful. I'm here. My braids need to be redone. I have a hoodie, whatever. I have no makeup. We finna do this, and you're going to get the information. That's all I care about. Amen. Okay, so our growth roadmap for 2025, let's talk about it. I've got several kind of key points that I want to go over about this roadmap and kind of like what we're going to do. The first one, and I already heard it in the comments. Teresa said that she needs to grow her email list. Boom. That's probably like the biggest thing there that everybody's going to talk about. Let's talk about that right now. Number one, I'm talking about email goals, y'all. Email goals. And I want you to set an email goal. And I've got a little bit of a template here. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. I have a little bit of a template for you to kind of look at. Okay, I'm going to bring this stuff so you don't see all that stuff. I want to one by one. So if you have, this is just my own, what I decided I'm going to do. And I actually heard this, and I'm trying to remember who the heck I heard this on. It was a podcast. I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Gill. She does at the end of the year, she does like a predictions for the next year. If you're a business coach, if you are a life coach, if you are something in that space, I think that's a really good, smart idea. Like, what are the predictions of things to come for the next year based on your trends that you're seeing in the industry? I mean, honestly, that could be any industry that you're working on. A great list builder, I would say. Okay, I'm giving you ideas here. A great list builder, I would say. A great collab project, and I'll put that in the collaborators. If you want to bring guests on that, that'd be a great way to collect emails, by the way. Predictions for the next year. Jordan came up with that. But specifically, she talked about the need for being very dramatic in your email growth every year. And what she said was, and I believe she may have got it from somebody else, so my bad. But what she said was that you need to double the number of subscribers you have now. If you are, and I thought about this, I was like, well, if you are having 100 subscribers, having 200 or maybe like adding another 100 may not exactly be exactly what you want to do. But if you have greater than 1,000, I want you to have another 1,000. Is that 100 times or is it one times? I don't know. Maybe I got the math wrong. But I want you to add another 1,000 subscribers to your email list. If you have 2,000, I want you to add another 2,000 subscribers to your email list. I want to add 2,000 new subscribers. 2,000. If you have 300, so you're like, no, go. I don't have 1,000 yet. I'm not there. I'm at 0. Well, if you're at 0, then you got to add something. But so the goal is to just get people on your email list. But if you maybe have 200, 300, then I actually want you to double or triple that. So you have 300. I actually want you to have maybe add 600 instead of 300, add 900 instead of 300. So instead of adding 300, you have 300, excuse me. I'm hoping this is making sense. If you have 300 subscribers, I don't want you to just add 300 new subscribers. I want 600 new subscribers on your email list by the end of the year. Does that make sense? Is that radiate? Like, is that, was it not radiate? Was it? Does that, I can't think of the word. I'm already have the weird brain, but I want you guys to think big in 2025. We can't go with these small numbers. Adding 100 email subscribers, new subscribers to our email list every year is not going to cut it. That's not going to get us new sales. That's not going to get people going through our offers, because quite frankly, the people on our list right now, they know our offers. If you are selling them, if you are putting them in front of them, they, for the most part, know what it is you teach. For the most part, if they're engaging, know what it is you're selling. I'm not saying get rid of them. What I am saying is that we need to add new subscribers to our list. let me make it very clear. I don't necessarily want you to double or triple your email list. So right now, and I can show you my numbers now, I have 4,900 people on my email list. That's how many subscribers that are listed. However, that doesn't mean I want to double my list by the end of the year. I don't necessarily want, how much is that? Shoot, 8, 1, 9, 90, 96, 90, 90 something, 98. I don't necessarily want 9,800 people on or subscribers, excuse me, at the end of 2025. I want 4,900 new subscribers on my email list. My goal is not to double it, it's to have a number that has a new subscribers. I want 4,900 new subscribers. I'm going to tell you why. Because I really started to think about my list health. Doubling your email list does nothing, y'all. Despite what maybe some people may think, doubling your email list is not what the goal is. The goal is to get a healthy email list of actively engaging subscribers. And if all we're doing is just collecting emails and just getting a bunch of people and say, "Oh, I got 9,800, I got 9,600 people on my email list," and nobody is buying, nobody is opening, nobody is clicking, who cares? Who cares? I want to make sure everybody on my email list is focused in on the topics I'm teaching, is focused in on what it is I'm offering them, how I'm helping them. Now, granted, not everybody at once. You're like, whoa, you're looking for like 9,800 customers? That's not realistic. But what I am saying is that I want actively engaging people on my email list at all times. So focusing in on our list health and focusing in on getting new subscribers, having that number, and this is just a goal. Again, I'm just making it a goal. Like for me, again, my current active subscribers are 4,900. I want to add 4,900 new subscribers, but I'm going to lose some of those old subscribers, y'all. I'm going to lose some of those old subscribers, and that is fine. Okay. That is fine. They're not engaged. They is taking up my space. I'm paying for them. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You are paying for inactive subscribers. We got to get these people off our list. If they are not engaging, if they are not really buying, they're not buying, you're paying for them. I'm getting up off there. Okay. And just so you know, I just dumped 1,000 emails because I had 6,900. I think it was 6,900, something like that. So over 1,000 emails got dumped on January 4th. And you can see that. And this is from me not doing squat, by the way. I really didn't do nothing in January as far as adding anybody on my list. I just said, look, and most people are like, oh, aren't you scared to get rid of all this? But heck no, it's actually a fun thing. And you'll see why it's kind of fun, because you're going to see your open rates go up. You're going to see your engagement rate, people emailing you a lot more. You're going to see those numbers go up in the terms of people engaging. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Amen there. Okay. So I did a huge dump. I think this was like 1,000 in one day. And then I had a few several times because there's ways for you to opt out at all times. Okay. I actually put them through an opt out series. Like, it's time to go. You ain't doing nothing up on this list. It's time to go. And granted, I'm going to tell you ways I'm going to improve my email and what it is I'm doing with the email. But it's time to go. Teresa's asking me here, should I remove my double opt-in? I have 100 people on my current list and another 100 that never did the confirmation. Girl, I know people say, I know what they say, Teresa. Personally, I don't have a double opt-in. That's just a personal choice I'm making. I make it very clear in the opt-in. If you want to, you'll notice some people say they have to check something that says, you understand that you are being opted into the series. Some people don't even have that check. They just maybe have like a little notice underneath the button for opt-in. I don't do double opt-ins. That's just me, because a lot of time people do not go in. Now, can you have a cleaner list with a double opt-in? Absolutely. You can have a cleaner list from the get-go with a double opt-in. I just choose not to. It's up to you. And this is the moment where you kind of say, what do I feel is right for my business and me? Okay. Let's see. If you don't need to get rid of it, I just had a combo with a UK friend whose list I signed up for. They require, I never got the opt-in. Okay. Yeah. And the GD part, there's so many different things with that. I get it, but I just choose not to. Like, this is where you got to go legal. Hey, the GDR, GPDR. Yes. I understand, get more into it. I just personally don't. And my mentors who have mentored me have not either. So that's just kind of how I stand. But you look it up what is best for you and your business, especially if you're not in the US, by the way. Let me see. Ramona is asking, what are the healthy click through rates is the question. So I'm going to say this. For me, I am doing a goal of 2%. People are like, really? That's it? But once you start getting to these really higher subscriber numbers, you'll recognize that the click through rate is just going to go down no matter what. For me and my lists where I'm at 2%. I've heard anywhere between 1 and 3 is pretty good. And then the question is purchase rates. So purchase rates based on a launch or purchase rates based on one email? That's a question there, because if you send one email, recognize that not most of the times you're not going to get that purchase from one email, right? It's going to be a series of emails that they receive. They continually go back. They continually engage in your sales page before they actually say click and they actually purchase it. So I wouldn't necessarily say purchase rates for one email. Okay, let's keep going because I want to make sure that I get all this to you guys. Okay, so what I just put. Okay, quarterly list cleanup. Every quarter, I'm dumping my list. In Kit, formerly known as ConvertKit, they do have a segmentation for cold subscribers that they automatically create the parameters for. And if you go to segmentation, add a new segment, and it will literally pull over those people in that segment. And I put them through a list cleanup. It's 3 emails, and essentially it re-engages them and says, hey, are you still interested in it? Yes or no? It provides them great links for different resources that I have available, my friends have available. So if you're like, dang, Nicole, she sent over a few referrals. That was me. And probably through the list cleanup that I did. I create that once a quarter. Now, I've done this probably maybe 2 or 3 times last year, but I'm really going to engage in that because I want it to be a healthy list. If you're not engaging, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-month period is what Kit makes it, where if you haven't engaged, and that means clicked anything, opened anything, done anything with any of my emails, it'll put you on that list. I engage with them and say, hey, wait, do you want to be a part of this? Recognize too, y'all. Oftentimes people will put multiple emails, different emails on your list. So you have one subscriber with 5 emails on your list, and they only maybe open up 1 email and the other 4 are just going to spam or whatever. I want them emails up off of my list. I want them up off of my list. So quarterly emails and thinking about our list health is going to be important. Okay. I want to add for myself 4,900 new subscribers, but I want to get people off of there who are no longer engaging with me. So by the end of 2025, I could legitimately have an email list, maybe at 5,000. But if I added that goal of 4,900, I have a healthy list. I have a list of new buyers, new perspectives, new people who want to engage with me. Let's go less. If you're like, Nicole, I have 500 people on my list. And I said, remember, less than 1,000, go for maybe 3 times that number. So if I have 500 people, I want to add 1,500 new subscribers to my list in 2025. It is possible, and I'll show you how. I also utilize a lot of the resend to unopens, y'all. The resend to unopens, if you have that available in your system, and I know some people are like, what? I know Kit does. How many of you guys have Kit, by the way? I just want to kind of get a little quick, glance of how many people have Kit. But they do have a button that says resend to unopens. And I know a lot of other things. Active Campaign also has it for sure. I like to provide a second chance because oftentimes I overlook things in my email. I overlook them. It happens, right? It happens. So, as a way of providing a second chance, I provide another subject line, maybe change the first line of my email, and a day or two after the first email gets sent, I send it again. So you can see here that I did that. Hopefully, you guys can see that. I did that here. This is before I got rid of my 1,000 people. I had 48.3% open rate, a 1.5 click rate. Again, I don't care about unsubscribers because those, no offense. Again, when I say these things, no offense. I don't care about that personally because it's okay. They were not right for my email list. That is perfectly fine. Do not be fearful of that unsubscribers. I go, woohoo, I'm not paying for them. After I dumped not 100, it should be 1,000 subscribers, I ended up with 56.3 as opposed to 48.3. And again, this is over 2 emails, y'all. You see this? The first email I sent had 46.6. I sent it again, and 23.2% of those who did not open the first time open the second time. Okay. My click rate was 1.6. And again, I'm working on this click rate, y'all. I want to put the right things in front of the right people. So I'm working on the segmentation and really identifying people who really want the information that I want to give them. But you'll find that you often will get a little bit of a boost of that total open rate in that total click rate. I know this has been controversial where some people will say, well, that second email, won't that kind of show Google, oh, that you only had 23.2% open? Look, I'm listening to Liz Wilcox. Liz Wilcox is one of my email mentors I absolutely love. And she said, who cares? Resend it. That's what she said. So I said, okay, I'm listening to people who are on the email tip. And she said, resend it. So I'm going to resend. And Ramona had a question here. Where is the resend buttons? I've never seen that. Is available for paid version or any top level? I don't know if it's on the free version. I will admit that. If you go in the broadcast area to the right, there should be 3 dots. Click that, and I believe it says resend is one of those things there. If you go to the broadcast area, that's how I resend. I want you to resend to unopens. Okay. Those are missed opportunities. Yes, people didn't open the first time, but you know what? They may just not have seen it. Let's not just think, oh, nobody cares about my email. Different factors play in, y'all. You sent it at 9:30, but your entire audience wakes up at 12 p.m. Check out the resend to unopens. I'm telling you. That's one way to boost those engagements and making sure people are seeing what you're putting out there. Another thing for emails, I want you guys, and what I'm going to try a lot more of this year, because I need to get to know my email audience a lot more as you start to monetize. And when I say monetize, I'm not talking necessarily digital products. I'm talking about like sponsorships. I'm talking about when you're selling spots on your email, your newsletter, whatever you call your emails every week. Knowing your audience is going to be key and pivotal. I want everybody to just do this. Just adopt this. Don't say no to this. Once a month, I want you to send a key question. Now, again, Kit, I love Kit, y'all. Kit already provides that where we can provide a poll inside of Kit where people just simply click on their what they want to answer it as and submit, and it easily, tells us who clicked what. But I want us to get to know our audience. Okay. Now, if you're a B2B or B2C, same thing applies. Do you care about age ranges? Who is on your list? Who is your audience? For me, I always say, I really speak to millennials. Well, truly, who is on my list? Are there millennials on my list? Are there boomers on my list? Who the heck really is on my list? When you really know those things and you can do polls easily once a month, you now have data. You have data that people now you can use to start truly monetizing. You're saying, well, Nicole, I have 300 people. It does not matter. I still want to know key information. I want to know possibly where they're living. I want to know what is their favorite way of learning. You do a poll that says, what is your favorite way of learning? And 57% say, I love getting audio. And you've been doing videos this whole time. Whoops. You missed that one because you didn't know your audience. So you want to get to know your audience. Once a month, I want everybody to commit to sending one poll, just one email with one poll, and don't put anything else in it, guys. I don't want there to be like, oh, and then don't forget this, and just one thing, one poll, one call to action. If you have Kit, they have a poll in there. If you don't have Kit, you can easily use Survey Monkey, or you can use, I'm trying to think about Google form, Google Survey, or whatever that's, Google Form, I think it is. You could easily use these free tools to send out this poll. Or if you're like, I don't know how to do all that, Nicole, just say reply back with your answer. So if your question is, what's your favorite way to learn? A, video, B, audio, C, blogs, D, live trainings, E, blah, blah, blah. Give me one, reply now, reply. And they say audio, boom. Now you not only have engagement because they've replied to you, but they are actively giving you information about who they are. This is when true segmentation comes about, y'all. So say somebody replies or they click, you have a little click, you click, they click on audio. Okay. And you can segment them. When they click audio, now you can segment, aka tag them as being someone interested in audio trainings. Now it's time to sell this great audio training you're having. You're like, hey, I realize that you love audio trainings, Ramona. I'm going to give you 50% off on this audio training coming out next week. They told you they love audio trainings the most. And now it's become a point. It's become a data point, not only for your full business to say how many percentage love this, and that, but for selling specifically to that person. Let's see. For the polls, you recommend one question or one topic per poll. One question. I just want one question. So again, a question could be, what's your favorite way to learn? A, B, C, D. And Ramona, if you have Kit, you can do polls for that. It's super easy. It's super easy to do that. Recognize polls also provide a really nice way. You're welcome, Ramona. A really nice way of selling. Especially, okay, so I hope I'm not being technical, but if you are like, look, I don't have Kit, I don't have polls, I want them to click. So, it's like A, B, C, D. You put a hyperlink. So if they click that particular answer, they're going to go to another page. So say if you have that question, what's your favorite way to learn? Video, audio, written guides. They click the link for video, it automatically goes to one of your trainings, your video trainings that you've done recently, and you love for them to check out. Boom, you're selling. You're subtle selling. And at the top, you can say, thank you so much for answering my poll this week. I heard you love video trainings. Why don't you check this one out? Boom, you've just sold. And it's not intrusive. You know what I mean? It's not intrusive. You've learned something about them, but you're also giving them what they want. They said they want video trainings. Boom, give them what they want. Give them what they want. Is this resonating for anybody? Because I'm hoping these ideas are resonating for you, because I'm going to do a lot more of this. I did a little bit in 2024. I'm going to do a lot more of this in 2025. Strategically placing, selling where it makes sense. As a part of, and remember, this is one email a month. So I can guarantee I'm going to sell one email a month. I can guarantee I'm going to sell something one email a month, because if they participate, that's fine. If they participate, then they will get introduced to possibly a new product or a new thing, or possibly a new event that you're hosting, all those sort of things. I had another question here that was off the page. What's one piece of content or training you wish someone would create for you? And again, if you want to just put A, B, C, D, or if you want them to reply to you with an actual answer, I try not to do something so in-depth with thinking, because oftentimes I won't get replies if it's like, can you tell me your entire business? Like, I'm not going to get any replies with that. It just doesn't happen. People don't have the time to reply all that information. So oftentimes in these polls, I do provide A, B, C, D, or I'll put E, other, and you guys can give me what you want. I want to make it easy, super easy for them to engage with me. Okay, y'all. Karen said, give it what they want. Thank you, Nicole, for engaging there. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go into deep nurture. This is another part. So I told you um, email, list health is really important. As a part of email, I really want to focus on deep nurture and going a lot more than just the superficial emails that I've been doing over the past couple years. I want to really get to the heart of the matter of what it is they want from me. So this is going to take time to build, y'all. I mean, email, and you see here evergreen sequence, it takes time to build. And it's not like a daunting thing for me. It's exciting, the thought of having something set up. So when someone comes into my world, they now can be brought on a journey, a true journey, and they can really kind of select what applies to them. Okay. So for me and my business, I have the 2-step Tuesdays, which most of you guys probably receive. I need to actually get a few more. I need to add to that, which I have a few emails already ready to add to that 2-step Tuesdays. But for you, that becomes an idea. Hey, is there some sort of type of thing I can do that provides information for my audience each week? Can I make it evergreen? Now, not everything can be made evergreen. I recognize that. So don't be like, oh my goodness, this is a current events type of business. I can't be evergreen. Okay, that's fine. But there are certain topics that are kind of universal in your business. And I want, guys in the comments, is this something that's resonating? You think evergreen sequencing may be something you might try? But in this year, I'm going to focus on developing that 2-step Tuesday a lot more. Having more emails that go in that theming. Also repurposing. I have so much content, y'all, from the years of interviewing people and really engaging in people. I've started, isn't this crazy? I started a blog. From those content pieces, I can now bring those into my evergreen and say, hey, this is the information, or provide some sort of summary of the information. Go check this out here. This may be of help to you. Evergreen sequences also can provide me a bit of opportunity for deeper collaboration. What I mean by that is that you can think about, hey, can I possibly think sponsorship? Can I start putting together some sort of evergreen sequence that allows someone to opt into, especially something like a sponsorship? Somebody says, hey, your audience is exactly what I need, Nicole. I really love your audience. They are blah, 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 because Nicole's already sent her emails. So, and knows who her audience is. And she's told this person, they're like, that fits exactly what I want. Evergreen sequence. Now you can say, hey, I'm going to have my audience opt into an evergreen sequence of maybe 2-3 weeks, to where they get more information about this particular brand that would like to be work with me. It just provides different points where people now can engage with your sponsors in a different way. It's just an idea. Y'all. Especially if you're thinking sponsorship is something you want to go towards. Think about evergreen sequencing as a way that you could do that. And I'm definitely doing that this year as well. I'm also going to, in my evergreen sequencing, stop and restart sequencing based on what they want. Because as I create these evergreen sequences, I recognize that people are clicking based on what it is they really want to hear and what they're really super interested in. So when they click on that, I need to take a pause and acknowledge, you know what? They're really interested in live events. I need to provide more information maybe not in that moment, but in that time period, in order for them to be further nurtured about what it is they're truly interested in. So, for example, say you are someone a guinea pig expert. I don't know why I said guinea pig expert, but guinea pig expert. And somebody, they're in your evergreen sequence, they're getting emails every week about, guinea pig care, and they click specifically on cutting toenails. I don't know why I said that, but cutting toenails. But there's some nuances about cutting toenails. They really are interested in that topic. I'm going to remove them from their everyday sequence, because every week they get the sequence right on time. So every week they get an email from me if I was a guinea pig expert, which I am, because I love guinea pigs. But every week they would get an email from me. But if they show interest in a particular topic, the click could be that interest. I'm going to stop my sequences and I'm going to now engage and nurture them with the information that they are interested in at that time. Does that make sense? I want to make sure that makes sense, because I think what is happening, especially with Evergreen, is that we get so caught up in just like creating more emails, and we're not stopping and saying, wait a minute. They're really interested in this thing. I've missed the boat. I haven't nurtured my audience properly. I haven't nurtured my audience properly with this evergreen sequencing. We can't just be worried about just increasing our evergreen emails, just increasing them. We got to focus in on making sure that the nurture part of it is there. Let me know if that resonates. And not only that, how many of you guys have an evergreen sequence? How many of you guys have that? And if you do, are you interested in kind of nurturing people fully with the evergreen sequence? Again, remember, I'm talking about really deeply nurturing my audience, not just sending them things and them going, oh, that's nice, but really getting to the heart of what it is they want when they want. Once I set it up, it's ready to go. Once I set it up, it's ready to go. Okay. I just want to know that. What about evergreen sequences, if that's something that you're interested in? Because I know that the word has been really trendy. It's been really trendy lately. I've seen it everywhere now. Evergreen sequence, evergreen sequence. And I feel like not everybody truly understands what it is. Like, it's like, oh, it's just a way for me to send emails every week. It was originally for me. It was that way. But it's changed. My thoughts about evergreen sequences have changed. It's not just about sending an email every week. It's really about nurturing them when they want to be nurtured, not when I'm able to do it. And when you have capacity issues like I do, what ends up happening is that you nurture them when you feel like it and you miss the boat. You kind of miss each other. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, let's see. We're still here, right? We're still here. Let me see here. I'm trying to make sure only one thing is on the screen at a time. We're still here. Let's go. Okay. So loyal subscriber sequence. This kind of goes with the evergreening. It kind of goes with that. But I want to reward. Ramona said typing away. I thank you. I thank you. Again, if anything's resonated, you're like, yo, that makes sense. Don't. I want you to put it in the comments so we can put it on the screen so you can get back to it again. It's almost like your bookmark as we're sitting here, okay? I'm going to start rewarding my loyal subscribers, people who have really just been there year after year. They've never been in the cold subscriber sequence. They really focus in. It's almost like a happy birthday. Happy birthday. You've been on my list for a year or whatever. I want to not only say, thank you so much for your loyalty. And that could be in different ways. Hey, here comes some selling. Thank you for your loyalty. Here's your birthday gift for sticking around. Right? Selling. Let's start thinking that way. But not only that, I know they want more from you. They want more from me. I keep saying you, me. I'm talking, this is my roadmap. They want more from me. They're here for a reason. They want more. What is it they want? I've got to figure that out. They've been on the list for a year, 2 years. What is it they want from me, and where can I get them to where they get what they need from me? Is that an offer I can provide? Is it information they truly need? This is where the polls come in, I think, for loyal subscribers. So they've been there for a year. I want to know why. I hate to say, why are you still here? But what is it that you want from me? Perhaps it's something that they just like the proximity and they like to get to know other people. I can't tell you how many people have come in my world and they've heard me talk about Kit, and then they are like, "Okay, I'm going to get Kit." By the way, I have a affiliate link if you want to do that. If you want to support. But they're like, "Okay, let me check Kit out." And they ended up getting Kit. They didn't necessarily want to hear anything about my live events, my collab strategies, but they're really interested in email and what email marketing software I'm using. That's fine. That's fine. But when you have a loyal, when people have been there a while, I want to know what they're there for, so I can better provide content, whether that be a blog post, a training, some digital product, what it is they want to be there for. So I do think providing a nice little happy birthday or happy anniversary, maybe happy anniversary. You've been on my list for a year. Thank you so much for your loyalty. What can I do for you? You've been loyal to me. What can I do for you? Okay, let's keep going because I want to make sure. Want to make sure that we get through all the things. Targeted nurture for new subscribers. It kind of goes under the updating my welcome sequence, updating my nurture sequence. What's the first thing I want them to do? I want them to click. I want them to open. I want them to engage. I want them to give me who they are. So, how do I do that? How do I start that process? Well, it's beyond the welcome sequence, because my welcome sequence, I think, is maybe like 4 emails over maybe like 7 days. But it's much more than just a welcome sequence, I feel like. Because once they get past the welcome sequence, for me, they go straight into Two-Step Tuesdays and they go straight into just getting live emails and launch emails from me. But they want something. They came to me for a reason. They want something from me. They want something from you. I'm missing the boat, y'all. I know I'm missing the boat. How many of you guys know? You're like, Nicole, that's me too. I'm missing the boat. I'm missing something there. I go from my eat welcome sequence, what I've worked on forever. I know I worked on it too. And there's some great welcome sequences out there that help you with creating that. But I think one of the issues or one of the problems that I feel is happening in my world is there's a missing piece. I know there's a missing piece there between welcome sequences and actually the nurturing of what it is they came there for. Not just putting them into my general email list and sending things weekly. I want them to get what it is they came for. So targeting that nurture for new subscribers is going to be something I'm really going to focus on in this new year. The boat sailed over my toes. That sounds not only painful, but kind of goes with what this is talking about. Okay. So I want you to start thinking a little bit more about how can I bridge the gap between how can I really focus and target and give them what they want. Yes, I'll give them welcome sequence, but I need there to be a transition. I need to go from welcome sequence to, hey, I see you're here. Why are you here? What do you want? What are your goals? Really being more targeted on that new subscriber, not only to get them engaged from the jump, but also to get them rolling. And what I mean by that is purchase. I'm going to keep going because we don't have much time, right? I said an hour and I get so into email, I swear. Let's talk about collaboration and actually how we're going to grow our emails. I got lots of ways I'm doing it this year. Lots of ways I'm going to do it. I'm going to start that branded show. I've been talking about this for at least a year and a half. That branded show. I love having my own platform. I have always loved having my own platform. And having a place where my collaborators, my biz besties can come and speak their truth and speak what it is they do to my audience is a really great place. I want content that resonates with me and with my audience, and allowing people to come on my platform is something that is not only a privilege, it provides the authority that you need. I feel like I have a little bit of authority, but my branded show will bring that together. Now, I don't know if that means YouTube. I don't know what that necessarily looks like because, again, I still am thinking things over, but I am going to develop my own platform a lot more. Yes, people are like, well, don't you have your bundles and your this and your that? I have things that don't have my face, but that's going to change. I am going to provide my face a lot more when it comes to this piece of my collaboration. So my branded show won't just be about me. It will bring in my collaborators. It will bring in my biz besties to teach what it is they know. More collab opportunities. I am going back to the beginning, y'all. Summit events, and I know people are like, "What? Really, Nicole? That's all I did. I did virtual summits. That's what I was, a virtual summit producer. That is what I did. I'm going back to it. A, because I miss it, and B, because it really does provide the content that my audience desperately wants and needs, but doing it in a way that's smart and actually provides actual new information and key information for their growth. I don't want these bland, interviews that are like blah, blah, blah. I'm seeing this in the summit world. I've seen it for years where they continually, have this boring, same information. I know how to do it. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to do it well. So I will be doing summit events this year. It won't be that many. I personally learned everything I know from Krista Miller. So if you're interested in learning how to do your own summit, she teaches mainly video summit events. I know Wendy Breakstone does audio summits, but very much so it can translate into both. But Krista Miller is the one that taught me everything. I'm coming back. I'm coming out. I'm coming back with the summit events because I am interested in bringing new information, the latest information to my audience, right? Next part of growing my email list. Now, again, these things are all about growing my email list. I'm not just doing this to just do this. I'm about creating opportunities. These are opportunities. These are just assets to get email subscribers. I'm creating more opportunities for myself to get in front of new people by collaborating with others, bringing people to my platform, bringing collaborators to my platform, whether it be summit events or my branded show, in order to expand my email list. Because remember, y'all, I got 4,900 new subscribers to add. I got 4,900 new subscribers to add. So I need to provide opportunity for myself to collaborate as much as possible. And I'm going to talk to you for a second about ads, because I know that this is something that has definitely been in your radar, of whether or not ads is a thing. Personally, for me and my roadmap, I will not be doing ads in 2025. I am not going to even try. No offense to anybody. And that's just a personal decision I've made right now. I want to have organic growth using these strategies, which I will. But I've made the decision not to do ads right now. When I do ads, it will be well, and I will do well with it. But currently, I've made the conscious decision not to use ads. You make your own decision there, because I know that people, and when I do, it'll probably be Zach Spuckler I go to. But when I do, great. But I personally right now will not be using ads. I want to see a few things happening in the social media world before I go there. Okay. Let's see what else I said. Focusing in on new collaborators, because I have a lot of collaborators that continue to come back to me. And I'm so grateful for those collaborators that come back to me time and time again. And you guys are so amazing. Every time I do a bundle or anything, y'all keep coming back and say, "Oh, I want to contribute. I want to contribute." But one of the parts, or I guess the cons of that, is that we end up in a cesspool, a whirlpool. We end up in a whirlpool of kind of subscribers that go from list to list to list, get deleted, and then get back on all those lists, and focusing in on how can we get more new subscribers. Again, the key word is new. people who have never heard of us. How can we get new subscribers, not people who have come to our list, unsubscribed from our list, or were kicked off our list because of a cold subscriber situation. I want new subscribers. So setting aside a certain point for every event for new collaborators is going to be a true key for me this year. And then lastly, how do I put this all together? 4,900 people is a lot. 4,900 people is a lot, right? I want to do a stacked approach. And I actually created an entire spreadsheet on which essentially it's let me tell you what I did. Okay. So I went on ChatGPT. I created a prompt essentially for ChatGPT to create a collaboration schedule. And in this schedule, it provided me what activities I need to do every week. It provided what collab activity I was engaging in that week and approximately how many subscribers I would receive from that. And by creating that schedule, it taught me or showed me how to get to my 4,900 new subscribers. So each week it'll say, okay, you need to apply for a bundle to be a part of a bundle. You need to, find a guest for your Nicole Beatty show. It needs to this, and this. And it essentially tells me what I need to do. So I created that because I believe, and this worked really well last year, when I had a stacked approach, when I had multiple collab opportunities happening at once or within a week of each other, I was able to really focus in on a steady growth and really focus in on having growth every single week, not a sudden up, sudden down, sudden up, sudden down, really focusing in. And if I can focus in on a focused period of time, so I say, look, I really want to grow my list by maybe 1,500 out of that 4,900 in a matter of 4 weeks. I can do so. And then at the end of that, boom, now I could possibly host a summit event at the end of that where all these people come together and they get to know me. And that's where I get into live events. This is the next part of my roadmap, y'all. Live events. You're going to find that I used to do live events just like this or live sessions frequently. I used to do this very frequently. That's why I said I'm back, because I kind of got away from it. But one of the things that I love about these live events is you get to see my face. You get to hear my voice. You get to interact with me. You get to ask questions. And having my audience be able to ask questions, get to know me, get to know my personality, me get to know their personality. That's an important piece of that interaction. Whether you're B2B or B2C, it's an important piece. So I'm getting back to, as a part of my nurture of my audience this year and my roadmap and growing, making sure that I have some sort of live session, just like this one, making it free. So anyone who is on my list now has an opportunity to learn directly from me, to hear from my voice, to learn what it is I'm doing and to learn something from me. I have a goal once per quarter. Now, if you're somebody like, look, Nicole, I can't get on camera, I can't do all that, that's perfectly fine. But I do want you to have a piece, a time where someone can talk one-on-one or give you some sort of feedback and you give them feedback back. So perhaps you can have office hours once a month where your audience perhaps opts into a chat. And all day you're talking, you're engaging. How's everybody doing today? Maybe Slack is something that you do, something that they live can engage with you. Perhaps that's on what's that app? The app where you walkie-talkie. Perhaps it's that. What's the shoot? Hivox. What's the name of it? Oh crap. Come on, somebody knows it. I use for chatting if you want something super easy. Is it Hivox? I can't even find it. Shoot. I think it's Hivox. High Talk. Shoot. I'll figure it out. what the heck the name of that one was. But that's a chat feature that you can use. Put it on, yeah, Voxer is the name of the walkie-talkie, but it's a chat feature that I actually use inside my Thrivecart Learn. You can put it on a web page, and now people can chat in real time with each other. Put it on a simple web page, send the URL out and say, hey, it's chat time. Let's have a few words with each other today. And having people engage with you live. That is the point of that. So again, having people have some sort of engagement, that's one of the things that I'm really focusing in on this year, because I got away from it. I definitely got away from it. Thank you, Teresa, for reminding me on that. Oh my goodness, this hour's like up. I'm so sorry. Two of the biggest things. What am I doing with my offers this year? What am I doing with my offers this year? I really love these live sessions. Oh, I really do. And teaching in a workshop live session is something that I really like doing. I'm going to get back to it. I'm a teacher, y'all. I don't know if you guys know, I do have a degree in nursing education. So teaching is something I love doing. So getting back to my workshops that are deep dives into topics, not just the what, but really how to do something, is what I'm going to get back to. I'm going to go into the digital products. Remember, into the digital products, they are tools to get results faster. That's the type of digital products I'm hinting at, not courses where there's 10,000 video trainings. I want to provide tools to my audience. Yes, I want to provide the information, but are there tools in my business, in my collab to grow framework, that I could create to get people results faster? There absolutely are tools, and I've started to create them in 2024. I'm going to continue that in 2025. I do want to get back to one-on-one coaching. I want to start stacking monthly income. I'm not interested in memberships right now. And I get that some people are like, well, what happens to Digital Product Get Down? What happens to Collab Club? I get that. But I need to figure out a way that it really works for you and me. I'm not focused this year in bringing back that membership. I'm focusing in on making sure that I get clients results in a one-on-one capacity and stacking monthly a monthly coaching package. That is what I'm interested in the monthly revenue stream. Okay. That is what my offers are going to be there. Now, I know we're getting to that, like we're like at 4:00. I'm so sorry. But I don't want to forget this part of it. I don't want to forget this part about it. Selling. Y'all, selling, there's several places that I am really interested in. I'm going to give you a couple ideas of how you can sell this year, okay? Make sure you have your email signature. I know if you have Kit, you have an email signature. You are able to create an email signature. This is where you could have not only things they can look at. So maybe you have a new blog post. Maybe you have a new video that you want to show. This is a place where every email that gets sent out during that time period can have that information. I want everyone to have an email signature. I want everybody to commit to create an email signature. You can put your products, maybe one or two. Again, we're not selling like buy this, buy this, buy this. One specific product in the email signature, whether it be for 1 month or you change it every week. It does not matter. Dama Ju is the one who taught me the email signature. I want everybody to utilize email signatures in their emails. Everything Pages was created by Lizzie Goddard. I do not have one yet, but I am going to utilize this because there are just times where people do not see a particular offer you have, but they need it now. Can you provide, you have all your offers, can you provide a way, if they're not, if they're evergreen, right? So if it's a digital product that's a tool, fine. If it's a group program, no, it can't necessarily be an everything page. But creating an everything page with any offer you have becomes beneficial to your audience because if they need something now, they want it now. It also becomes beneficial to you because they buy it. Thank you page selling. Now, this is something I'm trying to remember who it was that really taught me this, but I actually started to do this a lot more in my thank you page where I had a special offer for another product. So I say, oh my goodness, if you love this, I know you're going to love this. And people are like, well, so do you mean like an upsell? No, 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 no. It's a matter of they've gone through all that. They've bought this, they've bought that, they brought your upsell, they brought your order bump. They're at the end, they're at the thank you page. But you recognize there is something that they may be interested in that is complementary, maybe not something that's in that sales funnel originally, but it may be something else they're interested in. They bought something about email, but now they're really interested about a sales page. And on my thank you page, I'm providing a link to the sales page for a sales page template or whatever. Remote asked a really great question here. What's the difference between an everything page and a shop on your website? So a shop, my understanding, Monica Fariz, I believe, is the one who does the shops. You can add multiple products to one cart. That's my understanding. So a shop is you add multiple products to one cart. Everything page is a link to the individual sales pages. Okay. Where a shop, it's like a Shopify store. I can now add every single thing I want in that store to the cart, like online shopping. Everything page, it focuses in on one thing. And again, you can easily go to Lizzie Goddard. She has an everything page and kind of see where she goes with that. You can't add every single offer to your cart. It's almost like a different way of shopping, right? It's almost like a shop on your website is more like the online shopping. Okay. Thank you, Ramona, for saying that. I'm also, as a part of my selling, is I'm allowing my opt-outs a lot more. Because if I'm in a launch and someone's truly not interested in what's happening, that's okay. I'm going to make it very big and bold and say, hey, I'm talking about this. This is what I'm talking about. But if you're not interested in learning about email right now, click here. They click there. Perhaps I send them to a poll. Here's a great time to get a segmentation on this person to figure out, why are they here? They've opted out of this, but what do you want? What is it you're interested in? I'm providing another opportunity to sell to them outside of what I'm selling then. So if I'm doing, okay, I'm doing an email template or whatever. They say, no, I'm not interested in that. And I say, well, what are you interested in? Are you interested in sales pages? Are you interested in growing your email list? You're interested in creating your own live event? What do you, and they say live event. Boom. Now I understand what it is. They're receiving a launch email that makes no sense to them. They need to receive stuff on email sequence or live events, excuse me. I can now nurture that person out of the current launch and into what it is they actually want. That can be made evergreen, y'all. That could so be made evergreen. It just has to be created. I just have to create it. That's okay. I have an entire year, 2025. I have an entire year to do that. Does this make sense? Have I given ideas how we can grow this year? How can we sell this year? I'm going to do a stacked approach in my collaboration. I'm not just going to do one collaboration and then be done for 2 weeks and see my email list sit there at the same number. I'm going to focus in on getting those collaborations. Bundles, I'm still doing them. I'm still doing bundles. I'm going to contribute a lot more. So if you have a bundle that you're hosting and you want me to be a part of it, send it to me. I'd love to see if it'd be a good fit. Send it to me. I'm going to be doing summits. Collaboration is going to be a huge key in my growth. But not only that, in nurturing, it's not just the growth. Yes, I have 4,900 new subscribers I got to get in 2025, but I'm not going to make that daunting. I'm going to make that exciting because not only am I going to get 4,900 new subscribers, I'm going to get a lot more people that are going to be helped through my products, my services, my blog. I only have two articles on my blog, but hey, they're good. I love them. I'm going to further along my nurture, people really understanding what I'm teaching and me understanding what it is they need. I hope there's several ideas. Can you guys put that in the comments? One thing you may say, oh my goodness, I have so many ideas I want to take from this. One thing that you want to take from this. And I know I'm seeing a replay here and I'm doing this a lot. What is one thing you want to take from this and use this year? Just one. You don't have to tell a bunch of people a bunch of things, okay? Just one. I'm going to go through the comments to make sure I answered all the questions. Okay. Karen said, so many people whose lists I'm on have pivoted so fast. And I feel I respect I respect that they feel the need to go in a different direction. Gotta flow where the joy takes us. Absolutely. And pivoting. And if you need to pivot yourself, I want you to do it. 2025, I want you to pivot yourself. If you make the decision, if you're saying, I'm not finding any happiness where I am, I'm not happy in what I've been teaching or the business I've been creating. If that's you, then it's time for you to pivot too. And that's okay. I want you to make sure that you clean up that list. You remember I said clean up that list. If you were talking about dogs and now you're talking about cats, you better clean up that list. Who cares about cats on this email list? I'm keeping you. And if you don't, I'm kicking you off. We need to clean our lists. Okay. If you are pivoting, you must clean your list, please. Okay. Thank you, Ramona. This is fabulous. Several things I'm going to implement. Resending. So resending to unopens. Absolutely. Karen, get your list healthy, please. It's okay to say bye, bye, bye to those unsubscribers. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. He said pivot yourself. Thank you. Hashtag. I love it. But yeah, definitely keep the conversation going. When I provide the replay, which I will be doing, I think I said in 48 hours. In 48 hours, you'll get the replay inside of the Thrive Cart Learn dashboard. I'll send that out when it is available to you. So you'll get an email saying, hey, the replay is available. In the chat, there's a little chat thing. Go ahead and say, hey, this is the one thing I'm committed to in 2025. This is what I'm committed to in my growth journey. One of the things I mentioned here. I definitely hope my growth roadmap definitely helps you in developing yours this year. If you don't have a growth roadmap, you need to get it right now. Let's start really developing that. I am starting my probably mid-February is when I'm going to really kick in my collab stacking and have several collabs ready to go. Start getting some, people on the Nicole Beatty show. I'll be reaching out to you. Again, this is when you start engaging with me. I'm like, all right now. And that's when I start interacting with you. That's how that happens. I thank you guys so much for joining me on our growth roadmap for 2025. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know your key takeaways in the replay. Underneath the replay, I'll have a chat. Let me know. I thank you so much for joining me. I will see you very, very soon in this capacity. Email me. Let me know what you're doing, how you're doing. You're going to be hearing about bundles coming up. The winter fling is happening. I'm going to get that going. Again, I'm going to start with the summits. So keep your ears open. Also, I have the speaker directory of all our collab partners. I'm going to look through that and start pitching you guys. I'm going back to the basics with that summit. Thank you again for joining me. I'm back, baby. And anyway, make sure, again, pray for me. Thank you so much. I will see you so soon. All right. Bye.